Jeff in Crown Point, Indiana. You wanted
Yeah.
to weigh in on this.
Well, the direction that I would like to take this is not necessarily the idea that we have thought crimes or that we have communication problems or that we are invading a discussion. So you have to understand that child pornography is a physical illegal product. See it like something sitting in a box. If I own that box that Thom Hartmann puts his child porn in, I am now also partly responsible for the storage of that illegal object.
Well, yes and
that's
no.
Google's position.
If you send illegal products via UPS or FedEx to somebody else, which is done probably every day in this country, and not necessarily child porn, things like drugs and things. If you send an illegal product by one of those companies, they don't open them looking for those products, even though they temporarily store them in their warehouse facilities.
But it is within the agreement that I have with that company that FedEx is not going to open my package. And
actually, I'm guessing that the agreement that you have with FedEx gives them the right to. They just don't. It would be a waste of time. With electronic media, it's really easy to do. With physical packages, it's hard to do.
Exactly right. And we have a computer at Tom's office there who an employee is storing these illegal objects in. Thom Hartmann has the right to go through that computer. When he does so,
now you're talking about employer-employee law, and that's a whole different thing than
okay. Let's get out of employee-employee. Let's talk about renter and renter agreement. I give this person the ability to use my storage space, and in our agreement, I say I can go in that room and see what you have going in there at any point in time, but you're free to use that space.
Right.
When I walk in the room, there's a meth lab set up. I'm not invading this individual's privacy. I'm trying to protect my own physical storage space to make sure I don't get disrupted.
No, I understand that, but what happens when you walk in that room when the person's not there and you start going through their personal effects and you discover a letter that to Glenn Greenwald that says, I have evidence of torture being done by U.S. forces in Iraq, and I will be sending it to you on Thursday. Now,
but here's my question.
That's a crime.
Is that letter going to make me at all liable for what this individual is doing in my space?
Once you know about it, yes. Which is a good argument not to go in that person's space.
Right. But unfortunately, at this point, in order to generate the revenue that Google is to produce their 500 and what per share stock, they need to utilize that as their business model.
No, I understand that, and I'm not arguing against that. What I'm saying is that I'm concerned that this is the camel's nose under the tent. If the federal government can mandate that all email providers, and they have to search email for one particular crime, how many more crimes down the road? I mean, again, think of living in Saudi Arabia or in Iran or in one of these countries where the government routinely reads your email, not looking for things like child porn or drug deals, but looking for sedition.
And I guess the primary difference that I'm trying to portray here is that those are thought crimes and ideas, and what we're dealing with in this micro-specific topic is a physical product and object that is illegal to own, have, or store. And ideas and thoughts, at today's rate anyway, are not illegal to have.
Well, yes and no. I mean, the Supreme Court back in the Linda Lovelace case 20, 30 years ago ruled that pornography itself was not a crime, that it was an expression of speech. Now, I don't think anybody's going to try and make that argument for child porn because there's there's a clear victim there. But still, it's like, again, we're starting to draw lines, and at law, I don't have so much of a problem with drawing the lines, but having corporations enforce the law and drawing lines on behalf, which crimes is Google going to enforce and which ones are they not going to enforce? Because I guarantee you.
And to give the simple answer, I think they're going to enforce the ones that they feel could be detrimental to them.
Well, I don't disagree, or the ones that federal law has put into place. But do we should we be looking at this system right now while we still have some rationality? If another 9/11, God forbid, was to happen, or something even far worse, a nuke in a major city or something, and Congress, in a moment of hysteria, passed a law that every email has to be examined for any kind of political content, boom, are we suddenly in Mussolini's Italy or Franco's Spain?
I completely agree.
And that's my concern, is that we should be having this conversation and we should be doing something about this. And I'm not sure what to do, other than possibly, see, my concern with a commercial company coming forward and saying, yes, I'll provide you with secure email, is that the only people who are going to use that are the people that probably we should be watching, or not necessarily the only people, but the people who are dealing in terrorism or child porn or whatever. They're going to be the ones who would be using those kinds of services, and that's no solution either. I think that we need to go back to the Fourth Amendment and say that you can only inspect a person's mail. Personal effects. I consider email to be a personal effect, a postal mail a personal effect. You can only inspect them when somebody swears before a judge that they have knowledge of a crime being committed.
But the legal question is, who does that email belong to? And that's what it really would boil.
Well, and Google is asserting, and all of them assert, that the email belongs to them. These are the terms of service. In exchange for the free use of the service, that belongs to them. Excellent. All excellent points, Jeff. I got a whole bunch of people who want to get in on this topic, so I'm going to move along. Thank you for the call.